Hello and welcome to the Financial Setup Challenge, where we're going to be embarking on a journey to transform your financial situation. I'm Elizabeth Bukor, your guide through this exciting adventure, and I am so blessed to be with you in this challenge. Now, we all know that getting our finances in order can be a bit like solving a puzzle, but fear not. Over the next few days, we're going to break it down step by step and turn any financial complexity into clarity. So, whether you're looking to save more, invest more wisely, or simply gain a better understanding of your financial picture, this challenge is for you. So, if you're ready for day one, we're just going to get started. So, day one is all about understanding your financial snapshot. And to help you, I have created a workbook. Now, this workbook is found it should be in your emails, or you can get it below this video. And in that workbook, there will be several questions that I want you to think about to answer. And there's a space for you to write notes. You can write your notes there. And then there's an action task, and there's also a to-do task. So let's get started into the notebook. So this is the notebook the workbook. This is a workbook that I have created for this challenge. And as you walk through it, each day has its own section. And you will see that towards the end, I have added a few more sections for you. I've sent you the first few sections for today. So this is the first page. And then so on day one, we're going to be talking about your financial snapshot. Day two, your wealth goal. Day three is about building an emergency fund. Day four is about creating your spending plan. Day five is for anyone that has to deal with debt. Day six is for anyone who wants to start investing more. And day seven is about insurance and making sure that you're well protected. And then extra ones are continuous learning and regular financial check-ins, day 8 and 9, which are bonus ones. So for day one, your financial snapshot, which is today, here are some questions that I want you to think about. First question, and I really want you to reflect on this and to make as much notes as you can, because I want you to remember what you're thinking right now. As at this point of the recording, it's the first. It's the what date is it? It's the 8th of January 2024. It's the second week in January. First, how comfortable are you with your current financial situation? So looking back over the last 12 months, how comfortable are you with your financial situation? Second question is, what areas do you feel you need improvement? We all know somewhere that we know that we would like to get better at. Which part do you want to improve your savings? Do you want to improve the way you invest or get out of more debt? So what areas do you feel that you need more improvement? Question 3 is, what are your existing expenses and where can you identify potential savings? So this is just a snapshot looking at, roughly where do you spend your money? And I said existing, but I also want you to look over the last 12 months, right? Because sometimes the past can predict our future if we don't make changes. And I sent this in an email a couple of days ago when I talked about new year, new beginnings, that sometimes we do start something new in the new year, but many a times for many people, we just continue the habits we've had from the old year. And if these are good habits, they are things that we should celebrate and we should continue. But if it's bad habits or habits that are not necessarily helpful for you to achieve the financial goals that you want for yourself, you want to reflect on that. So you want to reflect on where your money went in the last year, roughly, and where, could you have saved, which areas could you have seen potential savings? In order to know what we're going to do this year. Number 4 question is, do you have any outstanding debt? So you want to just have an idea of any liabilities that you have? If so, what's the total amount? So I'm just asking for a ballpark, like how much do you know how much debt you actually have? And if you don't, you want to, do a quick calculation and and sum it all up together. And the fifth question is, what assets or savings do you currently have? So assets are things that you own personally, that you can, if you sell it, you can turn it into cash. So could be a house less a mortgage. So whatever equity you have in a house, that could be an asset. If you own a car outright, the resellable value could be an asset. And investments that you have minus fees would be an asset. Savings that you have in the bank as well is also an asset. Even some material things, if you have art or jewelry, gold, those are also assets. So you want to, have an idea of what assets that you have right now. And also, and the question before, all the liabilities that you have. Hope that makes sense. So I want you to reflect on these questions and make sure that you have an understanding of what it looks like or what the answer is. And your action plan in this step is to dedicate time to review your current financial situation. What did your money get up to last year? That is the question. So what I need you to do with this action plan is literally look into your calendar now. And if you have your phone or your calendar with you, flip the pages or scroll up. Go into your calendar and pick a time this week. And it should be this week. Do not procrastinate. Pick a time this week. Give yourself an hour or 2 hours where you will not be disturbed. And that could be maybe late at night or early in the morning, or maybe it's in the middle of the day, whichever works best for you. And dedicate that time and say, this is your time to review your financial situation. It's kind of like a date with your money. Can we put it that way? It's a date with your money. So pick a date this week, make a date with your money, and find out everything your money got up to last year. And this doesn't have to be pendant. You don't have to say, oh, I ate in this restaurant once, I ate in this other restaurant twice. You can just have a ballpark. I spent this amount on food, I spent this amount on rent, I spent this amount on travel, I spent this amount. So just have a ballpark. Like, we just want to snapshot for now, where I don't want you to be overwhelmed with going into the detail. So that's your action plan. So pick a date. And once you pick a date, I want you to get to this checklist. And there's just 4 things that I need you to check off today. Or if you decide to do it during the week, 4 things for you to check off this week, right? First, list your monthly income and categorize it. So what that means is, if you have income from several places, you want to say, I have salary from a job, income from my side hustle, income from XYZ. So you want to just list that out. Second thing is, I want you to get a breakdown of your monthly expenses. So what that means is looking at, for example, this month, what are your expenses going to be? So just write it down. Do you have to pay rent? Do you have to pay accommodation? Do you have to pay a water bill? Do you have to pay? And most of these things, you probably know it by heart, the things that you have to pay every month. And if you don't, because you've already done that reflection during your money date, you would know the answer already. Then I want you to just identify areas where you might find unnecessary spending. So just identify them right now, right? And the next thing is, I want you to, and the last thing is to list all your debts and the amounts that you owe and the interest rates. And we'll go deeper into this in day 4, I believe. Yeah, oh no, probably day 5, I believe. So list out all your debts and the amounts that you owe. And if you don't owe any debts, that's great. You get to just do 3 things and tick it off real quick. I'll see you in day 2. I hope you are committed to actually following through this with this task, because I honestly believe that if you do bring the commitment, then you are going to radically transform your finances even in this 2024. So I am committed to standing beside you, and I know that you are also committed to standing up for yourself and for your money as well. So I'll see you in day 2.